like and subscribe to the channel.
Good morning. Okay, it's not morning anymore. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody in the chatty chat. I do see a couple names on there, and according to the streams, there's folks in here that aren't saying anything yet, and that is totally fine because you know what? I love all of y'all anyway. Okay, let me add a little note in there myself. Making sure all the things are working. Awesome. And looks like I need to turn that back on. Very good. Alrighty. Yeah. A couple of my hotkeys are not working for some reason. I have no idea why. And I think I noticed it yesterday when they didn't go away when they were supposed to go away. So anyway, assuming you guys can hear me, I love it when you guys let me know. And yeah, so hello, Miss Maureen. Maureen Pryor was... ASMR was first in at 11:24, and Miss Maureen was in she first said something at 11:52. So thank you guys. Miss Terry Cooper is over there on the Twitch. Yay! So welcome in, guys. To I'm actually not prepared again because I'm trying to do too many things. I was designing an SVG file yesterday and wound up with some difficulties because I'm not used to Cricut Design Space. I don't know all the rules for it yet, but I'm getting there. And that's why that was over there. I know why. Now I'm just cleaning up my desk a little bit. Hey, Terry Cooper. And yes, we can hear you. Thank you, guys. And making sure these work. Okay. That's going over there. Throwing the cord away. All right. We're going to be playing today with some more things from the music collection. Yeah, I'm still cleaning up. Music collection from Bibi, Cameron, and Spellbinders. So let me grab out the goodies. If I know where I put them. Don't know if I put them there. No, that's where all my Christmassy stuff is. Okay. It'll be easier if I just pull this over. Bibi's musical notes. And if you missed it, we made this little guy. I know it's kind of big, but we made this on a live stream last week. This one has the, this one is the Majestic guitar and box add-on. So that was fabulous. We had so much fun. And I love that I've got that now. So it's been sitting on my desk ever since. But isn't it cute? And I still have not gotten pictures posted on Instagram yet. Yesterday I was trying to do all the things and I kind of ran out of time to do it. It's like, Hello, Miss Tara. I know, ASMR said it's so cute. Yes. Okay, so we're going to be playing with more things from that collection today. And I really have to re-laminate this. It's like, yeah, it did not laminate well. I don't know why. It's probably humidity in Florida. Maureen says, I'm going to have to leave in a few. Doctor's appointment. What will catch the replay? Well, honey, you know you're always welcome in my replay crew. I love you, hon. And I love that you're like the first person that says anything on any of the videos in the comments. I love that. I want more folks to actually add things into the comments after the fact too. And it doesn't always happen. But you guys are really busy when we're in here in the regular chatty chat. Okay. Adelaide is in from Germany. Welcome in, Miss Adelaide. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the big guitar off to the side because we already did that one. And I think I wanna do this. I wanna do the panel and then I'll figure out what I wanna put over it if I can make myself do it. Because I've also been swatching some things that are in my stash that I haven't used in a bit. Does anybody have any mediums or things like the things that they've got in their stash and they don't use them very often, and then when you pull them out you think, oh my god, that is gorgeous, why am I not using it? And a lot of these things are very inexpensive. I mean, I actually was taking things out because I've just joined the Ranger design team Super excited about that. But one of the first things that they wanted to know is like, okay, pick a couple of things that you don't already have and we'll send you some, because they don't know what I've got. And that makes sense. So they said, you know, pick the colors. And I was like, I don't remember what I have. And then I just thought, okay, I'm going to swatch them out. So I swatched out my stickles, and it turns out I got a ton more stickles than I thought I did. The one that I do need to replace is this one that does not have a name on it because it is old. I think it's like 2016, 2017. But this is the one that I always use like for the snow, and I'm almost out of it. So I need more of that. I think it's diamond. That's what I'm going to replace it with, is diamond. But today I actually was swatching out my perfect pearls. I've only got a few. Well, I'm going to show y'all the swatches because it's pretty. I've got 3, 6, 7, 8 of them. 8 different colors. 2 of them are pretty much white. One is perfect pearl and one is confetti, and I don't know which. And then I've got rose pink. I just did it on, because it's all mica, I did it on the black cardstock. And then I did, and I have not checked the lighting. Let's fix that. Let's fix the zoom. There we go. And then Forever Red and Forever Green. And then Perfect Gold, Perfect Violet, and Perfect Blue. I mean, Forever Blue. And yeah, so those are the colors that I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 colors and I never use them. And then I decided, you know, I haven't done this in a bit, and I remember somebody using a different kind of mica powder that like kind of bursts on the paper. So I decided, let me try it. It doesn't burst, but look at this. This makes me think New Orleans and Mardi Gras. I got gold and purple and green in there, and this is a fabulous background. This one also makes me think music, so I might use this in today's card. But this was just me swatching the things out. I have not sprayed them with fixative or anything yet. I haven't misted it with water, but I did a stamp, and I did water with higher amount of the pigment powder, and then with a lower amount of the pigment powder. And of course, I forgot that. Oh yeah, Wow, embossing powder that I'm using, embossing ink that I'm using is probably still wet, so I smeared the crap out of it on the first ones. And these were the last ones that I did, so it looks really good because I let everything dry. So I'm just trying some of that stuff out and watching a couple of videos. I also thought that this was dried out, and it's not. It turns out that it works. So I did a little bit right there. This is using, and I haven't wiped it off yet. There we go. But this one is using the Perfect Medium pen that came with my Perfect Pearls close to 10 years ago. And it still works. Believe it or not. Tara says I still have stuff I haven't opened. ASMR, same Tara, lots of stencil sets I haven't opened. ASMR, the mica is pretty. Something I'm considering doing.
Hi, Debbie. I have a half-hour break now. Love what you do. Hate chat. Ha ha hee hee.
Thank you, Amaret. So Amaret is on break. She gets to come and hang out with us for a bit. That's fabulous. Okay, so anyway, what I'm thinking about doing with the membership is doing, and I don't really know what to call it because I don't really understand the concept of the words I'm going to use. I've heard people say something about a co-working session. Now, when I think of co-working, I'm thinking work. I don't like that idea. I'd rather have like a play session, something like that. But maybe, hey, Barbara, hello from Ocala, yay. What I might do, maybe on a monthly basis, something like that, is have inside the membership a session, maybe on Zoom. Maybe I'll use the Discord video thing that you can do, because the chat has a video chat thing you can do too, where y'all can hook up your cameras and we could all just open our stuff and play and get each other's opinions and all that stuff. But I'm thinking that might be a fun thing to do. And just because I know so many of you have new product that you have not opened. Okay, it might not even be new product anymore. It may be 6 months, it may be a year, it may be 5 years old. But you've got stuff that you've never opened, but I'm thinking that might be something fun to do inside the membership. So Amarit says so fun, so it's either she's having fun now or she thinks that's a fun idea. But I thought that might be something for us to do. So I watched a couple of videos this morning and it's like, yeah, that makes sense. I think I want to do that. So I'm going to do one of the ones that Simon Hurley did, and then we're going to see where we go from there. I may not actually, I'm going to try not to go down the mica powder rabbit hole today. Okay. And I'm going to try not to do a ton of the same thing over and over and over again, and it's fun. I love doing that. But I'm going to try not to get myself caught in that mess, okay? What we're going to start off with, though, is we're going to emboss a black panel. I'm thinking we could do this on white, too, but I'm going to start off with it in black. And we're going to do all of that yummy goodness. Adelaide, want to know if I get some coal today? Let's see if Adelaide gets some coal today. No, Adelaide, you have been nice. Santa is happy with you. Okay. Okay, has ASMR been good or bad? Okay, Chris, let's see. What does Santa say? Santa says bad. Okay, here is our panel with all the loveliness. And like so many techniques, I learned it from the best. This is where I watched this morning, just a little bit ago, a video from Simon Hurley from 4 years ago. 4 years ago, okay? And I'm going to use some Wow Embossing ink. The ink pad, I'm thinking maybe because I used, what was it? Glycerin, I think it was. I used on it to refresh it, because you can do that. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it was that. I'm wondering if that's why the edges are kind of weird. I thought that there was nothing left on this pad, so I don't use it. And I discovered this morning, oh yes, there is. I also had an old Versamark pad that basically deteriorated over time. So I'm going to lightly go over the tops. We're just basically wetting the tops there. Okay. We've done this before with regular ink, but I haven't done it with a clear ink. And this also means you could do this and you could do embossing powder over it if you wanted to. But I'm going to make a mess. I know I'm going to make a mess. I'm going to have to get something on my desk so that it's not going to go all over the place. Okay. Let me bring out this that I had out yesterday, just so I have a place to catch what I'm doing. And I'm going to take out some of my powders. Colors. We have blue, we have red, we have green, purple, gold, and pink. I am definitely going to use some gold. And let me just take out the brush, because you don't really need a lot of this stuff, okay? You don't need a lot. So, you guys need to tell me, what other colors do we want to go in here? Or do I want to do just the whole thing in gold? Adelaide is saying, give me your address and I will send you a card. Who are you telling to give you their address for a card, honey? I think I'm going to just go gold. I kind of want some purple in here too, though. But as soon as I see the gold on there, I don't really want to. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see a little bit of what it's going to look like. I'm trying to tap it down. That's not working. Let me use one of these other brushes. But it's making all of those raised edges where I added that embossing powder. It's turning them all gold. I kind of think, let's do purple next. What do you think? So gold into purple, just grabbing some of that. I'm just going to start adding it next on here. So it's going to, it might fade into it. It might not. It might just, I also have not done anything on a card with this stuff in ages. And this is one of those mediums that lasts a long time, just like embossing powder, because you don't really need to use a lot. What do y'all think? Nobody is talking to me. I'm okay. I know Ronan's not in here. It's not his voice, so I get it. I know y'all are feeling the Ronan. You're probably feeling deprived because the Ronan is not in here with us. Hey, Stamper Girl, how you doing, honey? I saw you in the chat on, I think it was on Lala's this morning. And yeah, I had stuff to do, so I didn't stick around too long. And I do love that she was going over embossing powder, going over a lot of detail about what it is. I don't ever think about talking about, oh, this is what it is, and this is how it does the things, and going into all that detail. But it is a good thing to know, so I do need to put together some things like that at some point. But anyway, we've got gold and purple. And another thing that Simon recommended was using another one of the brushes from Ranger to kind of pounce it in and push it further into that ink. So I'm going to try that. We're going to see how that does. The bad thing on this is it's basically two panels. I should have gone gold across the top here, and then because yeah, I'm not going to be making a humongous card. I'm going to be making smaller cards. So it's going to be, yeah, I'm going to probably wind up. Oh, and that's actually working pretty good. I'm using, this is just a watercolor brush. This one is a watercolor brush that I've had for a while. I got it at Michael's. And this one, the reason I'm grabbing this is I know I can wash this. I don't know if you're supposed to wash these brushes. They have never been washed. I'm assuming that they are cleanable, but I have never done it. And I can tell where I kind of rubbed some of the embossing ink down because I can see some streaks. This big brush this is just a big watercolor brush. It's not one that's designed for doing this, but I'm using it for that. I've got a different brush that I use for like cleaning behind foil paper when I do it. Amaret wants to know what am I using, which means that while she said she was on break, she wasn't paying attention. Okay. So there is quite a bit of the purple in the background that's not supposed to be there, and it's because I rubbed too hard with the brush and got the mica in places I wasn't supposed to. Or I have this down in places, but it still looks fabulous. So what I'm using today, Amaret, because she wasn't listening, is Perfect Pearls from Ranger. It's one of those things that I've had in my stash forever. I think it was basically I bought like 2 sets, and I haven't used them. This is my perfect pearl collection. This is all that I've got right now. But I think I'm going to do more. Well, I know I'm going to do more of it. I'm starting to take out some of them. Well, this week I'm trying to do the swatching so I know what it is that I've got. And I can let... I can ask very nicely. I can ask Ranger which ones I want to get that I don't have. All right. There's still a purple piece there. Let me wipe that off, and then we can go forward. There we go. But isn't that pretty? So that is just the embossing folder with perfect pearls over it. We've done the same kind of thing. The music. I need to put the Spellbinders music on. Oh, I've still got the Halloween music on. What am I doing? Give me a second. I gotta change the music. If I can remember where the music is. Okay, give me just a second. I need to change the music because it's still the Halloween music that we've been doing. Melissa say what? Mel say what? I've been lurking for a while. Okay, here we go. She says, hello, I've been lurking for a week or so and have a feeling I'm going to be here a lot. I just started using card making Cricut Maker 3 and now I want an embossing tool. Well, I've got my little Cricut Joy on my desk. I'm working on a project for the Holiday Craft Summit that's coming up. It's one that's being put on by Bet Doust, and it's all SVGs and stuff. And I'm not real good with SVGs. So last night and today, I was putting together an SVG, and it's going to be for a light up tag. Yes, it's going to be a light up tag for Christmas. And it is going to also be a shaker card, and it's going to be a halo light. So that is going to be fun. So I was putting that one together. I had one idea and then I changed my mind. So I was working on that, and my project's due today. the summit is until mid-October. We do have another summit that is starting today, though. Let me put the button for that one. First off, Justine Hovey. I'm going to just say Justine Hovey's 12 Days of Christmas is still going on. The Makers Retreat for Erin Reed is over. I don't know if she's got the replay available or not for purchase, but you can always check the links for that. And then we've got the Art of Handmade Summit that is starting today. So you can still get your free ticket. Links to everything is in my link bio that I just added to the chat for you guys. And then there's the Card Making with SVGs Summit that starts up in October. So that's another one with SVGs. So I've got like 3 summits where I'm creating something using my Cricut Joy. And y'all never see me use the thing. I don't do it that often, but I need to. Like the last thing that I attempted to do, it had been a while since I had tried it, and I found out that my Bluetooth wasn't working on the thing, and I didn't realize it. And I figured out how to fix it, and now it works. It was something simple. Did you know that the Wi-Fi antenna, oh goodness, that you may have on your PC, which I don't use Wi-Fi on my PC. Goodness, sorry, I gotta breathe. Give me a second.
Please like and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, I am back. I don't know what happened there, but it's like my throat just got clogged up or something. I didn't even take a drink of water right before then, but I think I need to do that. Okay, I am okay. Anyhow, yeah, I've got several different. Oh, did you know that the Wi-Fi antenna on your PC actually affects the Bluetooth also? I did not know that. We didn't plug in the Wi-Fi antenna because we don't use Wi-Fi on the PC. So I plugged it in, and you know what? It works. So now my Bluetooth is fine, and I've been able to cut things and all the things. So that, and I also learned a couple of other things that I had forgotten. If you have, it's just like I tell you with all of your other tools, you got to play, you got to use them, or you're going to forget all the things. That's the way it is. There's just so many things I want to do. There was something else I was gonna do. Why are you not in that one? Jennifer said hello. Welcome, welcome. Tara is, she likes this combination. I was also thinking about going over with some green and then didn't do it. So Tara likes the combination, but she'd like more gold. We love gold. And hello, PJJURG. I do not know how to say your name, but hello and welcome in. Oh, the embossing folder. The embossing folder is the new Spellbinders one. This one is the musical notes. I'm going back up the chat, by the way. So that was where Anne Marit was asking the question. So yes, this one is the Bibi's musical notes. So it is part of that new collection. And isn't it pretty? But I was thinking that, yeah, gold and purple and green are New Orleans, that would be pretty for this one too. New Orleans and all the things. I was gonna give a shout out. Yep, I'm giving a shout out to Miss Stamper Girl. So if you're not already following her on YouTube, you should go ahead and give her a sub and check her out. She does a lot of stuff too. And yes, my brain is not here. Okay. Think I got all the things that I was going to do with that. So next I'm going to take a look at some of the other things because I have not played with this since I did the guitar. But isn't this just luscious? I love that color. It is fabulous. Okay. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Let's cut out some I kind of want to do the guitar. And I kind of want to do the piano. Kind of want to do them all. That is probably good enough for me to wipe it down the rest of the way. I think it's probably dry. I think I coughed long enough that now it's dry enough so I can get the rest of this stuff off. So I think I pulled a bit more off of it than I wanted to, and it's a little bit more subtle now. But a lot of the stuff that was showing up in the background isn't there anymore, and I think that is kind of what I wanted to do. This is one of those things that's going to take me some time to practice and get better at, because I've had it in my stash and I haven't freaking used it. That's what I tell you guys not to do. But I've got so many different types of coloring mediums. I've got markers, I've got crayons, I've got pastel, I've got all the things that because I don't know, maybe it didn't click immediately. I don't use them that much. Instead, I wind up with a group of things that I really like, and I play with those a bunch. Okay, so if I start focusing on a different medium, I'm going to get really good at all of those. And that's just the way it is. And you guys should know the same thing. If you've got some stuff in your stash, though, that you want to try out and just want some feedback from folks, I think if we do that co-crafting session, you guys are going to have to help me come up with a better name for that. So be sure to go over into our membership and I don't know, maybe we need to start a chat over there with some ideas. But I need to know what y'all think. I really kind of want to use that too, but I could do the notes without doing the rest of this. I'm going to do one with this, but I'm not going to do it right now. Anne Marit says, and I'm thinking she's talking about Norwegian kronas, not US dollars, because she says she just bought the Altenew mini blending brushes and storage for $498. It's got to be 498 Norwegian kroner, so I'm thinking $4.98, right? That's got to be it, because here's my pink fresh little brushes, and there's no way they cost $500. Okay, hello, Miss Melissa. I saw you last night. I've got the AC going. I got the fan going, and hopefully I'm going to cool off. So this really gives me New Orleans vibes. So that means we need a trumpet. And we probably need a sax, but I really like the keyboard. Is mica like embossing powder, or is it just sticking to the ink? It just sticks. You can also watercolor with this. Let me show y'all the, where did I put them? Where did I put my swatches? I need to show you the swatches again. Here they are. So I'll do one that's actually, this is the one that actually looks the best. These are the last 3 that I did, I think. No, actually this one is, because I put it on there twice. Okay. And that needs to be brushed off too. maybe, I don't know if it would, I don't know about $500. So I don't know. I also don't have any Altenew brushes, so I don't know. I love the different brushes, and it's like I use mine to death. I have some brushes where I'm having to trim them because the inside curve of them, it's like some of the big ones I've got, the outer rim is taller than the inside, so it winds up putting weird looks. So I'm having to give them haircuts now because I use those things. I wear them out. So this was a stamp with just Wow embossing powder, and then, Wow embossing ink, and then the mica powder over the top. Mica is also the stuff that they put in the Simon Hurley sprays and in the Distress Mica sprays, the sprays that we were using for the card yesterday. Yes. This first one is that first little squiggle. Water with the mica being kind of heavily concentrated, and then I watered it down more, and then this is with water. So all I applied it with was just water. It was like you basically turned it into a mica watercolor. So you don't have to apply heat to it. It's not like embossing powder. Embossing powder, it sticks to the ink, but then you have to heat it to melt the embossing powder. This is where it just sticks. It's flat. There's no raised edge or anything on it, but isn't it just absolutely lovely? This was where it was mixed with water. And the reason this piece of heavyweight cardstock is warped is not watercolor paper, and it's basically all mixed together, the different colors of mica. And the mica, because it's mica, the colors don't blend together to cause another color. You get overlapping of it. So this is just the perfect gold, perfect, what was it called? Forever Violet and Forever Green. Hey, Karen, what are you doing here, hon? I'm playing with stuff I hadn't done before. I decided to take out my Perfect Pearls, and this kind of looks watercolory, doesn't it? But this is what we just did. This is an embossing folder. And I'm going back and doing a little extra explaining because I know that Karen, she is fabulous with painting. She's been on Biddy Penny's channel, and she was showing us a bunch of her artwork last night that she's going to scan in and turn into digis. Yes. Anyway, I just noticed that the purple and the gold did kind of, yes. So this was basically an embossing folder that I put a clear ink over and then added Perfect Pearls to. And Perfect Pearls is a mica powder, but isn't that pretty? Next, we're gonna do a little die cutting. Hey, Cordelia, how you doing, honey? I don't want to lose anything. That stuff goes up there so I don't lose my swatches, so I can do the thing. I also have to make sure that I end on time because I have a video call pretty much right after this, so I can't run late. So I have to get my crap together. Got my die cutting machine out. We're gonna cut out. Hey, Kelly, everybody's saying hello. So let me go ahead and click the thing to give a couple of people shout outs. We have, first one I saw in here, I think was Miss Melissa Craig's channel. So I'm giving you a shout out, and I'm giving Miss Karen a shout out. And I'm going to give I just did Karen twice. I'm sorry, that wasn't intentional. Giving Cordelia a shout out. Who else do I have in here that I missed? So you guys need to follow all of those folks and help build their channel. And they've all got amazing things on their channels, by the way. Cordelia said, the guys are here for our fall inspection for the HVAC. So I'm getting to watch all the things, except when work interferes. Yeah, it happens. Oh, I miss Kelly. I can't forget Kelly. Kelly puts a bunch of stuff over in our Discord so that we can show that off on the stream showcase. If you guys have not already done that, somebody type into the chat !Discord. If you've got any of your work that you want us to show off on Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Oh, okay, at 6:30. The live stream starts at 5, but at 6:30 we're doing the Hey Sweetheart. At 6:30 we do our stream showcase. But if you've got anything that you want to show off in our stream showcase, go ahead and join our Discord, and there is a section in there that says Stream Showcase, and that's where you can post all of your pictures. Okay, I'm gonna start. I'm actually gonna get started. Y'all are thinking she's been talking and she hadn't been doing nothing. Got my platform base. Since we just did the 3D embossing folder, I only used platform base A and the instructions for the embossing folder. Now I'm bringing my platform top, so it's going to be thicker so that I can do my die cutting.
The
And
break is
I need
over.
black and...
We'll watch without sound on. Love, love, love.
Aw, I'm sorry, Amarit. Did I take too long, honey? So Amarit is done with her break, so now she has to watch without sound. Hopefully you can get captions, but I don't know. Do I have a white cardstock over here? I don't think I do. I need to cut another piece. I do have a lot of scraps because I was messing around yesterday. That one might be big enough. Let's get a... I need to flatten my mats too. I'm bad. That one's mostly flat. So this is the piece that is going to be... I have to decide. We've got the rectangle. This is for our keyboard. So one of them needs to be black and the other one needs to be white. And I don't think it really matters which, because it's going to show the other one. Wow. Actually, these get taped together too. So let me cut that one and then I'll cut it out of white and then I'll cut the rectangle out of black. Oh, come on. And is there enough space on this piece of scrap? I don't know. I may need a different one. I need a different one. This would work. No, because that's a little mini card. That one will work. That's actually the right width. Oh my God, no. No. Did I just see what I thought I saw? Oh my God. Coming soon, online form for newly launched 1-800-RONIN for you for a new Ronin, Rent a Ronin program. Okay, Ronin. Ronin, love you, honey. So we're apparently he's pimping himself out to be looks like Melissa said, are you streaming on multiple platforms? Yes. I'm streaming right now on YouTube and on Twitch. Okay, so it cut out all those pieces and now it's stuck. But here we have all of our white. Okay, I did it backwards. This part's supposed to be black. So now I know because I cut it out. I had not cut it out yet, so I didn't know. Let's do that again. I have black cardstock somewhere. That's glitter. Where's my black? Where's my black? There's my black. No, that's blue. Yes, I have all of my scraps down here in little bags. Well, a lot of them. Karen says, thank you guys in advance. Okay, so Tara says that she just subbed to all three of you guys. Fabulous. Okay, we're going to make us a keyboard if I can get my stuff together. I'm trying, guys. I'm kind of out of it. Everyone says, hi, Cootie. That's Jen. And this is a heavyweight cardstock. I'm going to go through it a couple of times. Tara says, hilarious. I caught the replay last night and he cracked her up. Yeah, I love my Ronin. I love my Ronin. And y'all, now you see why I love my Ronin. Okay, now I need to cut out this piece, so that's going to be our full keyboard. I have no idea why there was a piece of white cardstock in my black thing. It's not supposed to be in there with all my black ones. ASMR said, yes, Tara, Ronan had me rolling. Oh, yeah. I told you, Ronan, they love you. Yeah, he's hilarious, and I know I said I'm gonna make shorts or something out of different parts of that. So there will be more video content coming just from yesterday's stream. I have not had the time yet though, so it's gonna have to wait. All right, I'm gonna take out my pokey tool and just poke out all of the little bits that don't belong anymore, and we're gonna have us a piano keyboard. And I need to put myself a note. Hey, Stephanie. Change music for non-Halloween. Because we're still playing Halloween music and this is not a Halloween card. I'm thinking this one's more, probably going to be more of a Mardi Gras card-ish, or at least that kind of thing. Hey, Miss Danielle. We have Danielle, we have Stephanie, anybody else I missed? So that's all it takes to make a little keyboard. Isn't that cool? Okay, so ads have finished over on Twitch. So for anybody who is watching
We
on
interrupt
Twitch,
our program to bring you
now we
this
have an
important
ad.
message. I love you. Now back to our show.
Okay, I had an echo in my ear. I don't know if y'all did or not. But I just switched my music thing over because I think it might be because I did another thing. It probably wasn't a real echo, but it went in my ear and yeah, it's irritating, so. Okay, just adding some liquid glue to the back of the black piece. And we'll put it down onto our white piece, and then we have our little, I was going to say computer keyboard. It's not a computer keyboard. It is a music keyboard. Oh, yeah. I think I'm almost done with the card. I need an instrument though, don't I? I need another instrument. I'm gonna the idea that just went into my head is I'm gonna have it with the gold and then the purple. Okay, so we're gonna have those colors on there. We're gonna do this one as a vertical. Hey, kitty. We're gonna do this as a vertical A2 card because that's what I do. But we're gonna have it. I'm gonna basically cut a bunch of this off. Now we have a Christmas kitty. So we're going to do that. I could just do a couple of sentiments on here with just that background and it would be gorgeous. But I'm kind of thinking, do we want to do the trumpet? Do we want to do the mic? Because it really depends on what kind of music you're doing, right? And then I might do some of the music notes on here. But we got plenty of music notes. I don't really need those. I think I lost, no I didn't. I was thinking I lost my pieces for my trumpet. But we could do the trumpet. And we could do the sax. And they both face that direction. Kind of think I just want to do the trumpet. And then probably, yeah, and then do something that says something like, you rock. Infinity is saying saxophone, Stephanie, and ASMR both say both. All right, I will do both. I've never made one. So let me get all of the pieces that belong. We've also got a violin, which could also be a fiddle, if you're thinking country. And I do like the idea of the mic, but yeah. So we've got, this piece goes with the trumpet. This piece goes with the sax, and then it's got a couple more pieces that can but don't have to go with the sax. And those both need to be brass. So let's see. Foil cardstock. Do I still have my rose gold or regular gold panels over here, or do I need to cut more? I think I'm gonna have to cut another one. I don't know that I've got any in my stuff down here. Let's see. How do you store your cardstock, honey? Yeah. I have, I'm not really organized when it comes to my cardstock, but that is actually a fabulous question. Ronan says, check Granger storage bins for about $7 a bin. They stack and store like a champ. I have used there are magazine holder style ones that are made for 12 by 12 paper. I've used that. Right now, what I'm using is back in my junk room, I've got a bookshelf that I've got all of my paper packs just basically lined up in there in RGB order. And this is what I'm using right now for my scraps. What I was using for my scraps is my 6-drawer bin over here so that I can get to them, but it was using up all of the bins. So I decided, you know, this may not be the best option, but it's another option. Here's my foil one. I don't think I really have a lot of foil. Can a mod go ahead and block that person, AJR1X, because that is spam. And we do not do spam things. I do have a little bit. That might be enough. That might be enough. And this part that's not shiny, I don't know how it's going to look. It's probably going to be okay. Okay, I can try removing them. If somebody didn't already do it. Block them. Yep, they are now blocked. Kelly says I have 2 cases. One is for scraps and the other is for white. Exactly. Oh, in and on desk I meant. Well, I'm using a rolling cart over to the side, so a lot of times you guys see me get finished something and stack it over there. That means that I need to put it into one of my zipper bags. I'm using these zipper bags. There's a lot of them out there. I think scrapbook.com, Simon Says Stamp, all those companies have got them, but I got these off of Amazon. I got a ton of them off of Amazon a couple of years ago, and I've got, as I use up what's inside something or change my mind about storage, I just put them up in a thing and then I pull them back down next time I need them. So I love those. Jen, you're asking to be a different type of mod, and I get it. But yeah, I've got several mods on. I know Terry Cooper's a mod on my Twitch, and I thought Ronan was, but maybe it's just that he hasn't popped in here enough yet for me to remember to add him. Ronan, are you not a mod? No, you're not a mod. Let me add you as a mod, honey, because you definitely need to be a mod. I don't know how to do that. Mod. That's not right what I'm trying to do. Ban, no. More. I don't want to do any of those things. I want to make you a mod. I thought I could do it just by clicking on the chat. Apparently I can't. Let me try over on this other chat and see if it'll let me do it. Ronan. Subscriber. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I have to figure out how to make him a mod. It's one of those things I haven't done on the fly. And Ronan always has superpowers. Oh, Cordelia says, more mods mean I don't have to pay close attention. Honey, you are one of my mods on YouTube. We were talking about over on Twitch because there was a new person that popped up into the Twitch chat asking if I wanted more subs. It was one of those pay for sub thing. I don't do that. I'm sorry. I just don't. And now, there it is. I was thinking I lost this, but I didn't. Yeah, and I hate spam. I get people. Stephanie's on Twitch too now. Yay. So I know I've got a bunch of mods on the YouTube side. So Ronan just said, my superpower is excessive big brother energy and aggressive positive reinforcement. Yes, and we love the Ronan. I want to make sure I don't. There we go. That is positioned right. So let's go ahead and run those through. And then I have to do the pieces for the button thingies Hello, hello. Ronan just replied to Stephanie saying, hello, hello. I love that. Yes, bacon spam is pretty good. So there's our trumpet. And then here's our sax. Hey, Rhonda. Rhonda's in the house. Mod Boo Boo. Yes, I'm going to have to mod Boo Boo. Ronan, you're never going to live that one down, honey. Oh, so funny. All right. So now I need to do the... do you guys know what this is? What this is called? Those are the button thingies that go on the trumpet. I have no idea what they're called. And based on this, I know that the mouthpiece is usually black, so I'm going to assume all of these pieces are supposed to be black. But I don't think it's supposed to be black on the trumpet. Okay, I'm going to look at the Spellbinders website. Where's my button? There's my button. Spellbinders. Tara says hi to everyone that slipped in. Okay, they're just called keys. All right, they're keys. So on the trumpet and on the sax, it looks like they've got them all in gold on there. Okay, somebody did them in yellow, and nobody used brass. It's like I wanted to do brass. It just looks like it's a slightly darker color. So this piece, I know that the mouthpiece is usually black, but they basically, when they did these in the instruction part on the website, it just had these as being a darker color of the brass color. So I don't have a darker color of foil cardstock like that. I think I'm just gonna go with the same color. I'm just gonna go with it. And then I'll recut out the mouthpiece, so we'll have one in black as well. You can never go wrong with foil cardstock, right guys? Okay, where's the other one? Got 1, 2, 3. Here's the third. I'm gonna go ahead and put our trumpet together because it's almost done anyway. Stephanie is very correct. She says the only reason they are darker is when they get used, they tarnish. Okay, I understood what you meant, honey. So Karen, I'm basically just doing, all I'm doing is putting together pieces of cardstock, just layering stuff up that are already designed, so I don't have to fussy cut or draw or any of that kind of stuff. Die cuts are an absolutely fabulous way to make things look the way you think they're supposed to look and not have to worry too much about it. Because this now looks like a trumpet. We're going to do the same thing with our sax. Sounds like what you need. Oh, I love it. I mean, you are very artistic, honey, and you can do a lot of really gorgeous floral things. A lot of what you were showing yesterday made me think of some of the pattern papers that people absolutely love. Absolutely love. We all love florals. There's always a reason for florals, and it makes an easy to create card is just a floral background and a sentiment, and those looked fabulously. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that was watching that thought, I want those pattern papers. Because they were gorgeous. They were absolutely gorgeous. And it's hard to believe that you made those all yourself. I mean, I can do a little bit with watercolor. What I tend to do, I've got watercolors. I'm bad about not using them. What I wind up bringing out the most is my Simon Hurley ink if I want to do quick coloring of a stamp. But making the brush and the watercolor go together to create shapes and things that look fantastic is one of the things that I'm not good at because I have not practiced. And I know it's because I haven't practiced. And somebody, are you calling me a witch, Chris? Okay, so there's our sacks. I just need to do that one little piece from that die to get the mouthpiece. And then we've got the other ones that I'm not going to add on there for this card, but that little piece right there just needs to be black because we know the black piece is always, the mouthpiece is always black. So I just need a little baby scrap that would normally get thrown away. Okay. So Kelly says, that cat meow just made my cat jump at me. And somebody was asking about Karen's site. I just missed it. What is your site address? Let me give her another shout out, because I'm thinking that her YouTube channel probably has links to everything. And I know that she was basically turning some of her, she was going to be digitizing some of her work. That's what she was talking about yesterday on her live. But she was doing that basically I think she was being prompted by Betty Penny. And we know, you know how we love our Betty Penny. Ronan says, witches are fine. It's the hags you have to worry about. Okay, so I think this is pretty much, I think these are the only pieces I'm going to actually put on here because it doesn't really need much with all of that gorgeousness. Kelly says, Jen, I just gave her catnip. It wasn't the best timing. Okay, so it goes like this. That's going to be gorgeous. All I need now is a sentiment. So let's take a look at those. And here's my sentiments. I do like this little sentiment that says, you rock. Granddaughter, grandma, I'm looking at all the bigger ones. Those are all family. I don't want this to go to family. A little happy note to say thank you and you rock. That's going to work. And because it is small, those are small, I can just use I can use a scrap to cut those out. I just put Karen on my contact list. Oh, Betty Penny is fabulous. I love her to death. She's her style is more mixed media. Mine is mostly seat in my pants, and I don't know what I'm going to do. But one of the things that I struggle with is the way that she does her layering of paper. I don't do Franken paper. I should, but I don't do Franken paper. Instead, I've got a bunch of panels that I've made that I haven't gotten around to using. So I try to do that, but it's so easy to not because I make the pretty new ones. Okay, so these are going to both be too small. Oh, I could do, Yeah, they're going to be 2 small ones. I'm going to try using my template. Do I still have my template out? Why, I do. These are good for the 1/4 inch. Just so that I can make sure that I stamp them perfect. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use... Or do I have copy paper over here somewhere? Well, I'll just use this little scrap because it's not really going to be able to get used. And you don't have to do it this way, but it's better if you're using like especially if you're going to want what this template is for, because I haven't used it in a bit. This is basically to make it so that you always get your stamping in the exact right spot. And no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be die cutting. What am I talking about? I'm going to, oh, wait, I do I still have those strips? I have strips somewhere. Dang it, I always forget where I put it. You can do mass production of your sentiments really easy, and I've got some templates that I made to make it easy to do them and make sure that they are perfectly placed. This one's not going to be a perfectly placed, so it's just going to be close enough. But where is... I'm going to use this. I don't do anything. I'm just here as a flashbang of chaos. Karen says, I love seeing each of you do your own thing. It's amazing. And I know you say that just do your own thing. A lot of folks, they need to see what someone else has done first so that they can kind of, they can get the hang of it and they can understand more about what it is that they're wanting to do. And that's kind of what I like to do and to teach. So if anybody wants to case my cards, that's perfect. I have no problem with that. And that does not... It's one of the things I don't like about my... I love my T-square, but when I'm trying to line something up in my Misty, the stamps stick to it, and then I can't get... Yeah, all the stamps stick to it. I've also got a sticky mat under here, so... Let's go down here a little bit further. Let's see if I can get this to not stick to my fingers and not stick to my thing. I need to go up against it. The U-Rock is coming off on my finger. And I cannot shut the door on this. Stay, do not. There we go. Okay. I have a star in my URL bar, and it adds all the pages to my taskbar so that I can get them. Yes, that's the I forgot what that's called, but yeah, that's the bookmark thing. I use that one. I'm also using what's this thing called? OneTab, because I kind of need to stop. I use OneTab a lot because I'll have 20 million tabs open and then I need to shut everything down and I don't want to lose them all. And then I don't go back and find them all. Okay, we are also going to do some heat embossing because that's what I do with my stamp, with my sentiments. Usually when I stamp, a lot of times. So this is stamped in black Versamark ink, which is a wet, sticky ink that stays wet longer. I'm using clear embossing powder to go right over the top. And then my heat gun to heat that up. So that it's nice and shiny. It locks in the color. You could use this as a, my brain just stopped. You could use it as a mask. You can use embossing as a mask. So that is another thing. If you use embossing as a mask, I'm speaking kind of directly to Karen because we were talking about this a little bit last night on her stream. But if you do that, no. If you do that, then you can't rub it off like you do masking fluid. Instead, you basically rub over the top of it and whatever color was under it is locked in so that it doesn't, it resists the watercoloring. That's probably a better word for it. So it's a great way to do that. Am I going to put the sentiments on a gold or silver background? No. So right now I'm thinking we're going to just go with black letters on a, black letters on a white background. Let's see, these should be a quarter. Let's go down a quarter. That looks about right. I'm going to go a little bit more. That's close enough. We've got "You rock" and a little happy note to say thank you. And I didn't exactly center it, probably because this one is a little bit thinner than the other. I'm going to kind of trim a little bit off if I can get it to line up enough to do it and hold it steady. I don't believe I was able to do that. Wow. It's not perfect, but it is close enough. Little tiny sentiments. I usually try to make my sentiments bigger, but there wasn't one on here. I mean, I could do a big thank you, but I'd have to find another stamp. Alrighty, so we have, let's look again at what we've got. We have a cat. Thank you, Miss Tara. So we've got this lovely background, and then we have a little happy note to say thank you and "You rock." And that's going to be it. I'm going to trim this down. And it's going to be 4 1/4, so I'm going to cut it to right about, let's go 4 3/4 this way. I really like that gold, so I'm going to do more of the gold at the top. So I'm going to cut this down to about 6. Okay. And then we'll cut this part down to 4. And then it'll be 4 by 5 1/4. I think I want more of the gold. I'm going to cut a little bit off the top, and then I'm going to trim a little bit more off the bottom. So I'm kind of centering what I want. Now, what Gina K does is Gina K's got some dies that cuts all of that, but you need to cut the do the die cutting before you do the embossing. So, because I know that Karen is thinking, that's not the way that Gina K would do it. I love Gina K. It's funny. I see her when she's live. I'll see that she's live on both YouTube and Twitch. And then she doesn't stream on she's streaming on Twitch, but nobody comments on it. It's like, I'll leave a comment or something there and nobody replies. So here we go. Oh, I trimmed it wrong. I need to trim a little bit more. So that I did 5 by 4 by 4, so that needs 3 3/4. Okay, so it's going to have a 1/4 inch one. No, ma'am, I was like, oh, I like this way. So now we can have our 1/4 inch all the way around, and then we can have our keyboard. I'm going to kind of center it, and then we can have the other pieces. I think I'm actually going to put that under the keyboard. That'll look good. But everybody has to say, what do I need to do first? Am I going to glue this down flat? I'm waiting, guys. I'm waiting. Perfect. Absolutely correct. Foam is life. So I'm going to add some foam to the backing. This works great, especially on embossed panels, because sometimes you may have, there's a lot of them. Sometimes you may have some problems getting your embossed panels to stick all the way because of all of those nooks and crannies. We're going to pop it up on some foam. That gives it a little bit of dimension. Because y'all know I really rarely do any flat cards. Yesterday's was kind of flat. And it was, but it wasn't. It was kind of flat, but I still popped the house up. And this is some really nice thin foam. I do love this foam because it is only a 1/16 of an inch thick, meaning I can use multiple layers and it's not going to bulk up my card too much. That one's my A2. I need my A7. I had it, and now I lost. There it is. So another tool. I love my tools. Another tool. Ronan says, I love my card. Don't you talk bad about my spooky house. So I love my tools. Pear Blossom Press came out with a couple of T-squares. T-squares have been around forever. This one is designed pretty special. So is the A2. The A2 is the one I had first. This is designed for just going to show y'all. It's designed to work with an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Right there is the center of the card. Perfect. This is basically, we've got 2 little pink marks that are at the third mark so that you can try position your things at thirds. And then if you want to do it this way, again, that is right in the middle of the 4 1/4. And again, you've got the 2 marks at the thirds. But she also made these fun jigs so that you can create you can basically create your mats and get everything matted perfect. So the A2 has a 1/2 and a 3/8. Those are sizes I don't use very much. But the new A7, which is designed for 5 by 7 cards, just like what Biddy Penny likes, it gives you a 1/4 inch on one side and an 1/8 of an inch. And we cut this panel to be perfect for the 1/4 inch. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to slide my card into the jig in such a fashion that I'm able to actually see what I'm doing. So it's inside the jig. There's a groove there. And then I'm going to put this in there. Make sure I know which end is up. Yep, that end is up. I'm going to just slide this right up against that. Put it in place. Perfect placement. Perfect placement. And then I'm going to pop everything else up too. Because foam is life, and I love that. Danielle saying foam is life. Yes. So I'll have my keyboard down here. These are going to be a little bit more difficult to pop up. I'm going to have to do some cutting of my cardstock to make sure it gets to the right size, but I can go ahead and get my sentiments ready. And I just trim these down to whatever size that I need. I probably spend more time trimming foam than I do anything else. Thank you so much, ASMR. And since we are almost ready, there is a Tangia dungeon. After the Tangia dungeon, anybody want to challenge him? Type !join. Do that really quick. Okay, Danielle is fighting Ronan. So once y'all get done with that, then I'll do the giveaway because it uses the same command, the join command. And I need to make sure that I reset this because yesterday I forgot to do that. Getting your butt whooped again, Ronan. Yeah, I definitely am going to be using more perfect pearls. I love that. I need more colors now. I have to look and see what they have. What I was going to ask Ranger for were some blues for the stickles, and it turns out I already had got like 4 or 5 different blues, and some of them they don't even have anymore. So you're going to see stickles on here a lot too. Okay, this is going to go into the center. So I need my A2 T-square, and then line that up, and it helps you just kind of see where the center is going to be, because right there's the center. I'm going to say that's close enough, and then I'll put my keyboard down. You never get there in time? Yeah. All right, so it's time for us to go ahead and get ready for the giveaway. So you guys can just pop into the chat with !join to get in on the giveaway. I'm also going to use my T-square again to make sure I line this up horizontally correct. And I'd say that is close enough. How do I manage to do that? Oh, I know how I managed to do that. I did put it down straight, but I didn't actually cut the card. The white is not actually straight on there, so I'm going to trim that down. Yeah, I need to use the big ones. There's that little sliver of white showing right there on the edge. So when I tried to when I put it down with my T-skirt, it was just a smidge off because it was trying to line up with that part that was not straight with the black keys. Okay, I think that's about right. Let's try that again. What did you do? And Jen? Okay, so Anne just started another Tangia dungeon, which means now I need to reset the drawing again, and we have to start that over after the Tangia dungeon is done. I mean, it's fine. I appreciate you wanting to support me with using Tangia stuff, but it's like I just started a giveaway. Ronan said, oops, sorry. So once y'all get done with that, then we can try the giveaway again. Okay, now that looks straight. That looks straighter. Okay. So now I'm going to add a little bit of foam behind my little sacks. A little sliver to go through that top part. I'm going to go sit in my corner and behave. Ronan says he's going to behave. I don't know about that. Leslie, we're not doing the giveaway yet. I'm resetting the thing again because they just started a Tangia dungeon. I may at some point. I mean, they don't do them often enough for me to think it's going to be a problem to have the same command, but maybe I just need to change the command for the giveaways. Maybe I need to do that at some point. Okay, I've reset. And we're doing it again. So go ahead and type in ! join and get it on the giveaway, and there we go. And I'm trying to make sure I'm trimming enough of that so you don't see it behind the black, because that would look kind of wonky. We don't want that. Okay, now we got 11 folks in the thing. All right. Leslie says yesterday was a blast. I know, right, Leslie? We had so much fun with you, Ronan. I mean, I sure did. I'm assuming everybody else did, but I love my Ronan anyway. The Ronan and the Nerdy. Okay, so that looks pretty good. You cannot see any of the white. That was my goal. Now we're going to do the same thing with our trumpet. Ronan says it's wonderful to be loved. That actually looks like it might be too thick. Let me trim it again. Yeah, I definitely have to make sure that I tell Elizabeth that she has to watch it, because I don't know if she's busy. She does a lot of lives and stuff. I think she's supposed to be going live, I think, tonight. And I think that our buddy, my brain just stopped again. I think we've got somebody going live right after me. Is anybody else? Is there anyone in the chat that is going live this afternoon? Yeah, this afternoon. I know I'm getting done a little bit early. It's 1:19. I try to keep these to 2 hours or less. Okay, that looks perfect. Kind of want the trumpet to go up too, but I don't want it to look like a triangle. Trying to figure out where to position it. Can go off the side a little bit and a little bit off the side there. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Okay. That's what we're going to go with. Karen is going live at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. What time is that Eastern? I can look it up, but my brain didn't work. Is that 3 or is that like now? Okay, so she's going live at 3. So if I was going later, then we could rate off to her. But she's going to be going live at 3 o'clock, guys. So be sure to go over there. I think I'm going to, if you have it scheduled and you've given me permission, we can use the YouTube redirection feature. And that way I can set this up to automatically go to that one, so they can just hit the button to remind them that you're going live. So that's another thing that we can do. On Twitch, there is a raid feature, so I can just pick somebody who's live and do that. Had to connect you to a speaker so I can hear. Currently getting 80-mile-an-hour winds. What? Do you have a hurricane or something going through there? Or you got tornadoes coming? She's up in Alabama, guys. And I never realized that that hurricanes went to places other than Florida. But lately they've been basically going through with high winds in a lot of places. But we haven't had a hurricane this year. Knock wood. Yeah, 80-mile-an-hour winds. You stay inside. It's basically what you got to do. And we do get 80-mile-an-hour winds when we have hurricanes that come through here. We don't get them very often. Well, we were getting them like every year. And before that, we were getting them like every 20 years. So, I don't know. It's a thing. Okay, that one is almost done. And I just realized this is very monochromatic. I mean, not completely, but it's black, white, and pretty much just gold. You can't really see a lot of the purple. And I'm loving it. This is one that would be fabulous as a masculine card, and I don't really make some that are really good as masculine cards. Melissa says, shh, don't jinx us. Well, I'm serious. I moved here in 91, and we never even heard about a hurricane. Nobody thought about hurricanes. And then the first time really that I remember any hurricanes happening were like in 04. I remember it was 04. That was the year that I graduated massage school. Okay, Ronan. Okay, Ronan. Ronan says, 80-mile-per-hour flatline winds in Alabama. There's a Bama fan joke in there somewhere. Okay, it's done. The card is done. Look at that. So friggin' easy. So friggin' easy. Oh my God, I love it. Can I keep it? I love it. I'm gonna have to make some more with that background, and I have to play with the perfect pearls more. It's so gorgeous. I love this one. Anne loves the card. She didn't hear me say could I keep it because she's on mute. Or she has me on mute. In Wisconsin, we have a lot of different storms, so I'm glad we don't have hurricanes. Well, I can deal with hurricanes. What scares me is earthquakes. I could not live in California. My dad was like in the LA area, and the whole time I was growing up, I never saw him, for one thing. Mom and dad split up when I was little, all the things, and he didn't pay child support for a long time and all the stuff. But the whole time I was growing up, I was thinking my dad's he's gonna fall off into the ocean. I kept thinking my dad was gonna die in an earthquake. No, he died because of not being smart enough to stop smoking when they say, hey, it's killing you. I'm stuck in the Midwest with the tornadoes. Yep. Well, I used to live when I was in Alabama, we would have tornado drills. We'd have them all the time. They'd have us sit in the hallway and, they have us do that. And there really weren't that many. There was one, I think, that hit like right near my neighborhood, went a couple of blocks from my house and tore down somebody's shed. But I mean, if something's going to happen, let's just put it this way. If the Lord decides that he's going to wipe me out, It doesn't matter what I do, I'm gone. I really don't think my time's up, though. I've had too many opportunities that I could not be here, and I am. Y'all are kind of having to put up with me. Karen says, sounds like your dad. Yep. I mean, I was in a head-on collision 3 days? Someone stole from my yogurt store. Someone took the change fund out of my yogurt store on Monday. On Wednesday, I was taking somebody down for a polygraph test and had a head-on collision. And then Friday, my mother and sister were killed. So there were at least 2 times that week that I could have died, or probably should have died, and I didn't. I'm still here. Although there are times that I wonder, is this real? Or am I in a coma and I'm just imagining all of this? Think about that for a bit. Okay. Anyway, I love the card. I don't want to give it away. Can I keep it? Nobody has told me I can keep it yet. Nobody has told me no, I can't either. Jennifer says we had one go through our property, but it only took out the trees and we were not home. So glad. Yeah, the hurricanes here, they have, we didn't have any take down our trees. We had big water oaks, but the one across the street fell across our yard and almost hit our flower bed. Stephanie says, no, you can't. Adeline says, maybe we all live in the Matrix. Exactly, right? The thing is, I don't really believe that I'm making this up, because you know what? I was not that creative when I was 20 years old. Ronan says, well, this is a weird coma. What part of your consciousness am I? You never know. Jen says I can keep it. Leslie says I can keep it. Idolize says, no, you can't keep the card. Okay, we're going to do the giveaway. Anybody else want to get in on the giveaway? If you have not already, if you have not already said join in the chat, you need to do so now or forever hold your peace, because we're going to give this one away. And I'm going to look and see if there's more. There are more folks watching over on YouTube that are not paying attention to what you're doing. Karen's in there too. Yay. But yeah, there's a bunch of folks watching. There are a bunch of folks lurking over on YouTube. I know this may not be everybody's style, but I think everybody loves music. I am going to do one with that pop-up, but I kind of want to play with it first and try it out. Stephanie just typed her name in again just to be on the safe side. And you can remember that both YouTube and Twitch, both sides are able to get in on the giveaway. Okay, Stephanie just joined on both sides because she wants a card. Okay. It looks like it's about time for me to have lunch, so we are going to go ahead and roll this thing. And I see people are typing in just to make sure that they're in. Okay, ready? Time for the drum roll. We don't have drums on this. What's up with that? You know? Okay, the winner is... Oh, no. Okay, you got to do it again because I accidentally hit the wrong button. Everybody join it again. I hit the wrong button. I hit the reset button. And spell join Join. God, I'm do I need to just go take a nap, go back to bed? I think I need to just go back to bed. We have started this giveaway like what, 3 times now? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're back up to 15. When we get back up to 19, Ronan says, Deborah said, I'm going to take my ball and go home. We do have quotes on here, by the way, Ronan. But Ruth is the only one that really uses them. Melissa says, yeah, it's time for a nap. I love the nap ministry. I never take a nap. I never do. I'm almost always ready for. I don't think you have, but you could be. I'm reminding people they can quote because Ruth is not in here and she would definitely have quoted you. I'm gonna take my ball and go home. Yeah. Hello, Miss Cheryl. Now, Cheryl is typing in for the first time because she wants this card. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing that I accidentally reset it again. And Jennifer says I need to stretch. Okay, so I stretched. Napping is life. Yeah, I don't ever actually get to nap. I think I need to, but every time I've tried to, it's like I go and I lay down and then I'm waiting to fall asleep. And it doesn't happen. So I don't bother. Yesterday, the Todd was tired and he said that he almost went to go take a nap. And he said that, you know, the reason that he didn't is he knew that if he did, he was going to get irritated with himself and be mad that he didn't get anything done. Geez, it's only, okay, Callie says, geez, it's only 1:38 p.m. for United States. Currently 6:30 where she is. I can't nap. Now, I just stay busy. Sometimes when I'm wanting to take a nap, what I do is I turn on Fortnite and I play because I need it. Okay, we have 19 people in the drawing. Are you guys ready for another drum roll and hopefully for me to hit the button correctly? Y'all ready? So infinity must be Central Time because it's 12:30 there. Okay, we're going to hit the button. I love all the drums on the screen. And I'm looking at the button to make sure I'm hitting the right one. Winner is Miss Stephanie. So Stephanie, this one will be going out to you, honey. Here is the giveaway form in the chat, so be sure to fill out the form so I know exactly where to send it and I know that I've got the address right. And just remember, however you, big money, no whammy, stop. Yes, Ronan. Just remember that however you fill that out is the way it's going to be mailed out because that makes my labels. So if you do everything lowercase, that's the way it's going to go. So if your mailman's fine, that's good. I love that. Infinity put congrats and put music notes. Everybody put music notes in the chat. That would be so fun. Put music notes in the chat. And then we'll have it all over the screen. Small Town Dreams. Small didn't get in the, she didn't get in that giveaway, honey. Small, I hit the wrong button again. Where's my stuff? Where's my Smalls? There's my Smalls. I love you, Smalls. I said, okay, you guys are going to be so jelly of Smalls because I sent her a light up Christmas card a couple of years ago. And you guys know I hoard my Christmas cards. I hoard my light up cards. That's a better word. But yeah, she got one and she opened it on stream and she screamed after I told her to push the button. So funny, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So you guys need to follow. You need to go over and watch Smalls if and when she streams. She has been dealing with some medical things, so send her lots of love. So she hasn't been streaming as much. And Ronan says, I have to scroll it down. Smalls, Deborah's had me on stream and I behaved. And guys, yes, that was kind of his behaving. We had so much fun. Oh, Smalls, you got to see the other thing. This is a new collection from Spellbinders. It's all music, but look what else we made. We made this one last week. It's a box. It's a box. It's a guitar box. Isn't that cool? We made that one last week. So I've been playing with a lot of things still. And right now I'm going live every day at noon. I think we're going to do this same collection again tomorrow, but I think I'm going to kind of leave it up in the air because I don't know what I want to do tomorrow. And I haven't looked at my list in a bit to make sure I'm on track. I think I'm on track. But we will be back again oh no, wait. Yes, today is Monday. So tomorrow we will be live at noon Eastern and we will be live at 5 p.m. Eastern on both channels. If you are a member on my YouTube channel, then you can also come and hang out with us during our members only live stream at 4:30 tomorrow. Last week, I actually got some die cutting done during that, and you guys helped me figure out what car we were going to do. So anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow at noon. Thank you again. Oh, I have not done the, where's my thing? I have to find my thing. Where's my thing? There it is. We have to roll credits. So thank you to all of my YouTube members and Twitch subs. Thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate every bit of help you guys give me, and I really appreciate you just hanging out. And thank you to all of the stream participants, all the folks that did all the chatty things and came and hung out with us today. Look at all those names. Wow, lots and lots of names. Did I say hello to Rhonda? I don't remember. Anyway, thank you guys, and thank you for being part of my crafty family. You guys are what makes this happen. That goes away. Where's my there's the button. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow, and until you guys have a wonderful day and stay crafty. I can't wait to see. Oh, don't forget to post your stuff in the stream showcase so that we can show them off tomorrow night. So I will see you guys later. Bye guys.